How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I am on part 4. I have some things to reveal to the royal family and a few things that I want to read. So I said I would do part 4 because there's a couple of little things I want to talk about. Would do it all in one because I've been doing a lot of research on this. Reading statements that were made earlier on, and now the Phoenix Police Department is doing what you call damage control. And the thing that I want to put out to the royal family, please keep this on your frontal lobe. The ultimate goal, because this incident is on the world stage and it is a very bad look to Phoenix, Arizona. So they're going to do everything they can to sway the royal family and sway the public in general, because many have came at them and many people are upset. And let's not lose sight. And I know that we say this quite a bit, that we have seen numerous cases where the enemy have killed people. I'm just going to leave it right there. Literally slaughtered, mass shootings, and they treat their own very kind and very gentle. And it could be a bloodbath that they are looking at, and they are concerned about their well-being. And that is what they are supposed to do. I am speaking in code, my royal family, because what we have a tendency to do, and I've been bringing this up, and we're good at it. We know how to separate things in our psyche, and I've been saying the enemy don't care if we are fair, objective, and balanced. We'll clearly see wrongdoing, and we'll say, well, you know, you did wrong, even though they did this and they did that. That is not protecting your own. That's why I keep saying everything that the enemy is doing, that's exactly what they are supposed to do. They're going to fiercely protect their own. They can clearly see exactly what they own have done, the most atrocious stuff we have ever seen. And they're going to continue to support and protect their own. But the things that some of us do, or a lot of us have done throughout America when injustice happens to us, or then we'll see, well, our own did A, B, C, and D, we will side with pretty much the enemy. Pretty much. And they know that there is a great divide amongst us, because we have a tendency, when we see something that our own have done, well, that's making us look bad, and I ain't gonna be a part of that because I'm embarrassed. Well, also, Esau's leader is a notorious liar, and even though they'll mention the lying that he do, they're going to protect him, and that is exactly what they are supposed to do. Trump is greasy to the fucking core, but as long as he uphold white supremacy, fiercely protected, even if he had to lie through his teeth, rob, steal, and kill, that's what he's supposed to do. That's why I often say all these different parties out there, at the end of the day, they are here to uphold white supremacy. So don't ever get fooled by whatever party they are in. And I strongly, my royal family, cannot convey to y'all, we got to get on code. And the things that we may see our folks do out of pocket, we deal with that in-house. We have enough showed the world that there is a division amongst the royal family. That's why I say there's a way and a method that I do these videos. And I clearly see a lot of things. I live by the code. I'm not going to get on here and preach one thing and do something different. I live about 80% of what I speak, because I would feel like a hypocrite giving all this information out and not living my life as such. I'm going to always protect the royal family. And one more thing. My mother said years ago, a situation can be so messed up that it's better to just leave it where it is, because you're trying to clean it up and you're making it worse. And that's what the enemy do. And this is what we're looking at. Because I always say, wherever it lands, it lands. Sometimes you just need to leave well enough alone. But these police throughout America, that's what they do instantly. Damage control. And they back their own. You can learn a lot from the enemy. All right, my royal family, as we proceed on, we'll read a couple of things. Okay, let's refresh this one. Make sure I got it together. Okay, got to get it back to where it is. Okay, there we go. So here in the Phoenix New Times, I was looking at this article that was put out June 15th. And I'm not going to read it all. I picked through it, and I seen some things in here that they was just blatantly lying. And so what I do want to let y'all know, they have the correct name of that pig that was doing all that screaming, Christopher Meyer. And they're saying here in this title, Phoenix police narrative on viral incident filled with glaring omissions. Okay, yeah, they put in there what they wanted to put in there. So they basically saying the things that we see, we didn't see that. The enemy do that all the time. So let me see here. So they said both the police narrative leaves out significant details of the events captured on video by concerned residents of an apartment complex where police surrounded the couple. The report also confirmed that the incident, which has made international news, all took place because Ames' daughter walked out of a dollar store with a doll. And let's see here. Pick through, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let me get it right. Okay. One officer, now identified as Meyer, can be heard saying, "You're gonna fucking get shot." Another officer can be seen pointing a gun at the car with the children inside. Meyer later attempts to yank Harper's 1-year-old daughter out of her arms and scream at her to place her baby on the scorching hot pavement. And these are the things that are being put. Some of this I'm reading is what the reporter are writing, and some of the stuff that I'm reading is what was put in the police report. Now they said the incident they reported that stated on the May 27th, not the 29th. See, they kept going back and forth with that, because I was saying, okay, this happened 3 weeks ago. They thought they had swept this shit under the rug until these videos start popping up. And then people proceed to try to do damage control. So while their store employees let me get it right. Police officers responded to an unrelated shoplifting call at the Family Dollar on North 36th Street, while their store employees informed police of another shoplifting incident and directed officers toward two women, Aisha Harper and her aunt, and Harper's two younger children who were getting in their car outside. The employee said they had just taken a bunch of toys without paying, the report says. So it wasn't just the doll. They took a bunch of stuff. All right. They say the officer approached the vehicle, but it backed out of the parking space and headed out of the lot. Police followed, and the vehicle stopped to let Harper's aunt out. One officer stopped the woman, questioned her, checked her ID, and found she had warrants out for misdemeanors. She was then arrested. Police said surveillance footage later showed the woman was standing by the front door with some items in her hand, but put them down when she saw a police. A store employee could not verify anything was taken in addition to the doll. I'm going to say that again. A store employee could not verify anything was taken in addition to a doll. Meanwhile, the officer radioed other Phoenix police, relayed details about the vehicle Harper, her children, and Ames were still in. In Myers' write-up of the incident, the officer said he followed Harper's and Ames' vehicle into the parking lot of an apartment complex. The driver pulled into a parking space and made contact on the driver's side of the vehicle. As the driver door opened, I gave loud verbal commands for the occupants of the video to get their hands up, Myers wrote. Devon began to yell at me that he did not do anything wrong, and began to reach toward the center of the vehicle between the front seats. I drew my handgun to contact ready and continued to give him loud commands. Lying motherfucker. Devon began to comply and put his hands above the steering wheels, Meyer wrote. He left out that Devon had repeatedly said his hands were up, and that Meyer had told him, I'm going to put a fucking cap in your fucking head and you're gonna fucking get shot. So now he puts in the police report that this brother is like reaching in between the seats or something, you know, and then they that's supposed to justify what they doing. I could see at least two other people in the back seat, Meyer said. I gave commands to Aisha to raise her hands in the air. She refused to get her hands up and stated, I have my children in here. I'm not putting my hands up. She continued to refuse to put her hands in the air and continue to keep them down by the seat. I fear that she was hiding something or reaching for a weapon, Myers wrote. All right, we know about that bullshit. No weapons were found, said Harper. Clearly states in the video that she could not put her hands up because she was holding her 1-year-old baby. Davon got out of the vehicle, Meyer wrote, but Meyer failed to document the fact that he forced Ames against the hot pavement to handcuff him, slam him against his patrol car, and kicked him in the legs after he was already handcuffed. Meyer wrote that he told Harper to sit the child down, and she became loud and verbally abusive and refused our commands. He left out that he grabbed her. Okay, we know about this. We know about this. Let me get to the point. Okay, let's not forget, he left out that he grabbed Harper and her baby by their arms and tried to pry the child from Harper's arms. Okay, so we know that the child was injured because of that. Okay, then it said, I located a box with a doll in it in the back seat of the vehicle that matched the description of what officers Welch had described to me. Meyer writes. In the back of the vehicle, Harper said she saw the police following them, but she was scared and did not know what to do. She stated that she is very sorry for her behavior and that it was not appropriate. Meyer wrote. She was then released. And I'm going to fill that in too. Now they saying that, trying to imply that the mother was at the dollar store too, stealing. And we're going to see the video. So let's see here. So basically, this next part, he just basically saying that both of them pretty much admitted that they had shoplifted and they were wrong and they were scared. Okay. So Ames told New York Times the only thing that was stolen was the doll. His daughter walked out with store personnel also said that was all that was stolen. Pre the police report, Meyer did leave out important details from the report, so his statement about Ames shoplifting may not be entirely accurate. See. Okay. So they cited him for having suspended license and they impounded the vehicle. So a review of the video surveillance showed a 4-year-old girl walk out of the store with a baby doll, passing all open and operating points of sale without anyone attempting to pay for the item. The report stated the vehicle containing the girl and her parents were later located and the doll was recovered. Following the review of the surveillance, store employees advised they did not desire prosecution. The doll was recovered and returned to the store. Let's see here. Backlash. Okay, it's one little part before we get started. Oh, here we are at the last part. Around 2 p.m. on Friday, Phoenix Police Department released a statement containing more information about the events preceding the altercation. The statement indicates the officers did not believe the family to be in possession of any weapons. Police said they pursued the family because they allegedly stole food and underwear from a dollar store. All right, so that was what was said, and I'll leave that there for y'all to look at your own leisure. So now we in the present, and you're gonna see some of the surveillance on this first video. Then I have another video where you're just gonna see the whole surveillance, and you can come up with your own conclusions. So when I play this video, it's going to be quite obvious what direction they're going to continue to go towards, and who they're going to attack in this situation, and try to find out anything they can to justify their actions. All about damage control. And don't lose sight of what I said when I made that first statement about when their own is wrong as two left feet, they always stay on code no matter what.
That use of force by Phoenix police now under the microscope worldwide.
As you may have seen by now, 2 officers were recorded threatening, kicking, and pointing a gun at a young family. As we have from the beginning, we are reporting new information as we get it, and relevant tonight is both what we know and what we don't know.
What remains a mystery, the names of certain officers on scene, their specific roles, and their pasts. The Phoenix Police Department withholding that information, saying it's part of their internal investigation. However, we'll continue to ask for it.
What we do know as of tonight, new video showing what happened inside a Phoenix dollar store before the confrontation, and new information regarding the past of the father whose legs were swept.
ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw live in studio with those details. Zach?
Yeah, tonight the department releasing video which they say proves the family shoplifted. And we've discovered the father, Drayvon Ames, is currently facing charges from an incident last year when Tempe officers claim he resisted, then assaulted them. Drayvon Ames and his family have said they're going to sue Phoenix for $10 million, all stemming from a shoplifting incident that ended like this. This moment, though, where the 22-year-old father has his leg kicked while handcuffed, isn't the first time he's been hit by police. In fact, Drayvon is currently facing 2 counts of aggravated assault against an officer, all from a Tempe incident on Halloween in 2018. His attorneys say there's no link between Drayvon's alleged conduct in Tempe and the current situation with Phoenix PD.
That case stands on its own.
The two are completely separate, but according to a Tempe police report, Drayvon was involved in a crash, then officers say he was acting strange, not answering questions. When they tried detaining him, they say he tried to kick and punch them several times. One officer even wrote, Drayvon was reaching for his gun. The report states the officers tased Drayvon twice in his back and punched him 3 to 5 times in his face.
The facts sound absolutely atrocious in that case.
The report states Drayvon admitted to smoking marijuana and then was cited for driving under the influence of drugs.
He is innocent. He pled not guilty.
Attorneys Sandra Slayton and Tom Horn have a different explanation of the charges.
He was abused and they fabricated the charge to cover up the abuse.
It's unknown if the Phoenix police knew about those charges when they encountered Drayvon in May.
They would have said that by now.
That case still playing out in court. The recent incident playing out in public. Phoenix PD releasing this surveillance video from the Family Dollar. In it, you can see a 4-year-old girl walking out with a doll, Drayvon appearing to take underwear, and an aunt tossing items on the ground before they all walk out.
Do you think that they're trying to besmirch your client?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Eventually, a nearby Phoenix PD officer is alerted to the petty crime. He shrugs, then walks after the car that he said then sped off. As you've seen, it ends with the mother and daughters held at gunpoint. No charges ever filed.
Nothing justifies what happened to him, what happened to his 4-year-old little girl, the baby, his pregnant wife.
The family's lawyers,
race plays a huge role,
believe the police reaction was impacted by skin color.
They go after people that are vulnerable. They can easily twist the facts.
Phoenix PD promising to release their facts once their internal investigation is done. Now, the family calling for the 2 main Phoenix police officers involved to be fired. We know 3 officers' names from the report, but many others we don't know, including that officer who held a mother and her 2 young girls at gunpoint. Phoenix police not telling us those other names. We're continuing to press and we'll stay on top of it.
Yeah, certainly a lot of questions on this story all around.
Of course, the story developing by the night as well. And if you want to stay updated, just head to our homepage of abc15.com. You can find all of our reporting there, including how Governor Ducey.
All right. So, I think, because they usually do it, that they ran his plates when they were following behind him, and they knew who he was, and that, like I said, that was an opportunity, and Meyer, it is obvious, that pig was in charge, and they know how to escalate things, and that gets the other officers all acting a damn fool. Because, you know, I've seen numerous videos where they say they got a gun, and that's code for them to do what they supposed to do. Because, you know, they live by the code. They live by the code, and we need to live by the code too. So they, since this young man has a so-called police report, I guess they want us to buy into that their word is the gospel truth. Now, we didn't found out that he has been attacked by the cops, and also he has been tased. So I would imagine experience that he didn't want to experience that again. So he said, in his psyche, I'll fully cooperate. We clearly heard him cooperating, and the pig was pissed off, because I listened real close on that second video, that he got mad because he was even speaking polite. You know, it's like, wait a minute, this motherfucker's not doing what I want him to do. I want him to start bucking and fighting because he's violating a man. And a man know what to do to provoke another man in order to violate him. And then the other thing, what the lawyer said is true. When they come at us, the way they look at us is they don't have no backing and they have no support. So they don't hesitate. They go full throttle. So before we get into the surveillance video, I have 2 articles I'm going to pin here where y'all can watch at your leisure. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but it says Phoenix cops who threatened to kill a black family are identified on social media. So it took social media to find out who was these officers, and you'll see it right here where Sean King always got his damn nose up in something, and it has all the officers' names and their badge numbers. So now we know that y'all will have that. That is very important, because the police flatly refuse to identify these cops, but they want to make sure that they put out what they put out and stuff. So here is the surveillance, and it's about 3 minutes, and let's just watch it, and then I will tell you what I assume that I seen, and after that I'm gonna be real excited to hear what the royal family got to say. So let's roll with it. Damn commercials, can't stand them. Don't want to hear it, don't want to have nothing to do with it. Let's get into this.
Rise above with XT5 and the uncompromising Cadillac SUVs.
Okay, my royal
Hi,
family.
Ed Marshall here. Don't.
Damn, that was loud. Let me refresh this. Let me see here what's gonna happen. Another damn commercial. I have something to say. I'm gonna play it again, but I'm gonna talk as soon as this crap in. Now, when I was reading that article to you, my royal family, they had indicated that I've heard things where they said that he stole drawers and foil. And that first article that I read that I cherry picked through, they stole food items as well. And they have been indicating, show you how you get misinformation, that the little girl was with her aunt and her aunt had put the doll in the backpack, and we could see it was that the baby did have the doll, and they just walked out the store, and then you see one of the employees saying that they took the doll out, basically, and this cop is already doing some investigation on a shoplifting case already. Now, they have been saying that they received a phone call. They said that too as well. I mean, we've been hearing all type of shit in there. I didn't see the mother with anything. I didn't see the aunt with anything, but they got her because she had some misdemeanor. So, you know, anytime they get a opportunity. And as far as the brother, in my eyes, I cannot see him taking anything. Now, maybe I missed something. But with all that said, if he took something, or all of them in general took something, they were supposed to get that type of treatment. See, if they would have just let it lie, it would have been a whole different narrative. We wouldn't have heard these people. But when they get opportunities, it's always over the top. And what they are mad about is people are focusing on what they did. And naturally, that's what they're supposed to do. Now, one of their own can kill up their own, and they treating them with the utmost care and dignity. Show not a ounce of anger, a ounce. But I keep saying, that's what they supposed to do. Trust and believe behind the scenes. They saying he got a record and he did this and blah, blah, blah. Because even the police chief, when she was going on her fake apology tour, she wanted to keep putting that out there. I get it. You get what? So basically what you were saying, that if they would have killed them, you get it. You get it. You see how these people get down? The enemy supporters. One thing, my royal family, I will not allow the enemy to sway me at all. Like I said, I could see the shit going down. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't say nothing. I'm not selling my family out. I could not like you. Still ain't doing it. And our own got that problem. We have hatred. We done seen it here on YouTube to our core. And we want to get it our own. And we want to see them be destroyed. But you don't have that same fire and compassion for your own people. Now trust and believe. Because there's going to be many that put that video up. Going to be jaw-jacking that shit. And it'll be few on here too. I don't argue with you. I remove you. Think about the system that we are living under. And you going crazy over a doll, and you stole a whole fucking country, then you go to other countries and steal their oil. and all their resources. And then you call yourself ethical? And then you want me and the royal family to be all up in arms over a doll, possible jaw stolen. They said that they came out with bags. They said they came out with bags. I clearly read it. Putting a whole lot on it. And then when they put the police report together, he purposely leave out shit. And they was cocky at first, but when that second video came out, all of a sudden, they tongue-tied. So they do what they do. They don't know what else to do. They're going to pull up everything they can on this family, especially this young brother here, because they up in their feelings. They're not here to protect and serve. They done forgot who the fuck they work for. They forgot who the fuck pays them. It's us against them. And the ones of us that want to let the enemy know how fair and objective they can be, let your family be in that situation. And you're going to want support from the royal family. They don't give a damn. This is a war, and there is no rules. None. All I care about is the royal family, protecting them to the fullest. And that's what pisses me off about our own. You real quick to step away from your own. Let the enemy know. Oh yeah, I understand. Like them three biddies that went up there after that incident where that Chinese man pulled that gun on our royal son. Well, it's wrong. They doing this and that, and them kids doing this and that. Keep your motherfucking mouth shut. They killing us. They don't care. They never have, and they never will. I just question things sometimes. And I've had situations in my life, personal family members think they better than everybody. Let they ass get in trouble with Esau. They want the whole family support, but was willing to hang you to stay in favor, to get that butter biscuit, to get that pat on your back. We're being tested, my royal family. The divine hand is in this. We're being tested. Don't ever let the enemy sway you. And if you feel some kind of way, it's just better not to say a damn thing, because they do it. They stay up out of their own people's affairs. They be looking at that like, damn. And they just go on about their business. But us, some of us, we got something to say. We gonna let Massa know. That was wrong, Massa. Every millisecond, somebody is fucking with the royal family. And you want me to justify pulling guns on them babies, fucking our arm up, messing with their psyche. I'm traumatized. I've been through this, my royal family. I done been through this. And I know what that trauma is like. It took me months, and I'm speaking in code. I have had encounters. My whole family was in just an uproar. And I would tell my family, I'm having flashbacks. And it got to the point that I started forgetting things. When you are under that type of terror, it affects your psyche. I know the feeling, and I know some of y'all know the feeling too. To be accused of things that you haven't done. Be in your own household, in your drawers, and the devil himself show up in your personal space. and they getting their thrills out of terrorizing us. See, these folks said they don't give a damn about them precious babies. So all of that other stuff, think about it. Say just the babies got killed, and you looked at the surveillance and they said they did all this shit. Would it be that important? No. You'd be like saying, well, they took something, but killing the babies? Let's just leave it just like that. That's what they saying. So I'm gonna stop, because my anger level is going up and up as I speak, because some of the things that I'm thinking about that our own do. Don't let these people turn you from your people. The most beautiful thing that we have is each other. And we need to get past our shit. We in a true war. Stay on code or stay the fuck away from us, and keep your damn mouth shut. So my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.